Alright, that's good now. Hello, everyone! Welcome back to more obnoxious singing.
Hey, that's rude.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He's not. Alright, so we're doing Entropy Ghosts. So we're doing these live. And just so you know, these times right here, you have to do one ghost in order to unlock the Entropy Ghosts. I'm not going to do that. That's a little redundant to show on camera because it's just me doing a time trial at that point. And plus I'm not racing against anything. It's literally just like beating a set time that's really easy.
Yeah.
So I have these two saved right here. Mostly so you guys can compare the times to see how one attempt of winning is against Entropy Ghosts. And of course the Velo Ghosts, which we'll get to soon enough.
Yes, so Inferno Island, the time you have to beat, by the way, is 2 minutes and 1 second. None of them are really hard, but I feel like I should still mention them.
And we have Velo, so yay! His stats are 7 in acceleration, 7 in speed, and 7 in
That's only 4 in turning.
4 in turning, yeah. No, he's not. Sorry, he's not Penta. And he didn't even boost at the start there. I'm not surprised. So I'm gonna save a lot of my like how I'm gonna talk about these levels and stuff. I'm gonna save a lot of that for the Velo Ghost to talk a little more in depth about them, which
You're
kind
probably
of
getting some
sucks.
talking points.
Yeah, but we are gonna need to talk about some things. So I guess I'll talk about how silly what's it called, Entropy is. So his ghost is selectively good, as I like to call it. Sometimes it boosts at the start, like Hyperspace Way, and other times he doesn't boost at the start, and I'm confused on how he's remotely good. It's very, very weird.
Sometimes it seems like he's actually, built around a competent player. Other times you would swear that they just gave to their 4-year-old niece.
Sometimes he is really good, and other times he's like, what's it called? Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing.
It's harsh, but it's true.
It's, I wouldn't even feel bad if those developers...
in that game are, whoop, yeah, there is.
If those people tried out their heart and soul to make it as good as they possibly could, I'm so sorry. You guys are just bad.
There's no way. If you've seen, like, I don't know if Red Go Transformed. I've heard that there's roughest Team Sonic Racing, because Team Sonic Racing, whoop, boy, yeah, they're hard.
But are they Velo Ghosts hard?
I can't really say for sure.
That's the true question, man. What is the Velo time, anyways? Because yeah, look at I'm really good. 138.
So yeah, you would have beaten Velo.
Well, let's just say I've been doing a lot of playing in the past, like, few days.
Yogaidr.
That would actually be Yogaidr. So I'm not gonna save any of the ghosts, but usually I'd save all the ghosts to the thing. And of course, if you beat the Velo time, it doesn't even matter because you're not racing against his ghost. So I'd have to redo that race. Actually, that was a really good race. I kept my speed for the most part, and I think I marked that one. I'm not gonna say the difficulty, but let's just say I marked that one as pretty hard for the most part.
You marked it as hard.
Yeah, but I actually did that first try, surprisingly. I don't know. Some of these tracks I might be particularly good on, some of them I might not be. And some of them are so fucking strict that it doesn't even matter if you're really good or not. Alright, this one I was fairly close. Let's not mention the Velo difficulties just yet. We'll just mention that one just because I'm surprised that I actually beat the Velo time.
So the normal time you have to beat for this one is 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't hover over the time for a second, just so you guys can see how far.
Yeah.
How well I did.
Entropy is 1 minute 56.
And he didn't boost at the start again.
Wait, you can do that?
That's cheating. He makes a lot of time puns.
Sounds like my kind of villain.
It depends on how you define pun. This is just instinctual restart. I could have won. I've been doing a lot of Velo Ghosts. You have to control me. Because a lot of these you really don't have to restart for. You can, like, afford the biggest screw-ups of all time. And you'll still win. Because you know what? Entropy is... inept.
Whatever.
What's up, Doc?
Are
Say
we
it.
playing a Looney Tunes game?
No. There's a good amount of Looney Tunes games. There's some really good PS1 Looney Tunes games, actually.
Oh, you go. Yeah, there you go.
As much as I would love to restart.
But turn the map for a second. I'm curious where the ghosts, because the ghosts show up on the map, right? Yes. Wow.
I'm used to having my speedometer out. You have to forgive me.
Oh, I know. That's how I usually play these games too. I was shocked when you had the map on for story mode for so long.
I don't think he takes the shortcut at all either.
But there's a shortcut in this level.
Oh, time! I don't have time for shortcuts. That's something you. That's something you would say.
It almost sounds like you're trying to make a Megamind impression, but you gave up halfway through.
I'm no Will Ferrell.
Of course not. He's the only man worthy of voicing Megamind.
I'm Bill Merrill.
Ah.
His long-lost brother. I am doing real fucking well. I just want to throw that out.
I mean, you still would have lost the Velo, but yeah.
How close was I anyways?
About 10 seconds.
Yeah, mark that first lap off, and I would have been done.
Yeah,
really
not to
good.
mention you're screwing up the beginning of lap 2.
I screwed up at the beginning of lap 2? Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I meant. Take off 10 seconds of that lap. I did surprisingly... How much... I was 14 seconds faster than Entropy?
Apparently.
Yikes.
Well, okay, on a tiny temple.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-da-na-da-na-na. Yeah, we have to go back to the main menu every time because there's no, like, track select or anything. It's
Nope.
a little annoying because you have to go through a loading screen, then you have to let it load, and then... or access your memory card, and... I feel like that's going to be the bulk of the majority. So at 12 seconds, I was ahead of him by 12 seconds, and 3 seconds behind Velo Ghost. These times are going to, for the Velo Ghost, or for Velo... the Ghost times, rather, are going to become meaningless soon. Because I'm going to be using a different save that I've been beating all the other Velo Ghosts on. Because I have Ghosts saved on there, just so you guys can see, like, how good or bad my initial times were. Like, my first attempt or two. And also, I'm sorry about the baby crying. You guys can hear it. You probably can.
I can hear it.
You can hear it, then, yeah, most definitely.
Position to complain because, yeah, we've
Ooh,
all
I
heard
messed
my
up.
brother in a video or two. So,
I would restart again here, but... Right, so remember, Entropy Ghosts. Entropy's actually close, I just heard him.
yeah, he's right behind you. Okay, maybe you shouldn't shit-talk him too much.
Well, this one doesn't have a shortcut, to be fair.
True.
Now, that does mean,
It
actually...
does factor into it.
Yeah, it means a surprising amount. I wonder if I'll be able to hit the out-of-time shortcut. Speaking of shortcuts.
If you never really fully learned how to pull that off,
Not really, not consistently. Like, yeah, I did it in 3 laps in a row, but every time I still felt like I was really, you know, clasping for straws.
okay, yeah, you're doing better for now.
Yeah, you want to take this route normally. I forgot that the right side is has fire on it. Start. What is that alien?
An alien? Are you talking about Tiny?
No, there's like an alien right before this anti-grav section. It's really weird.
Oh,
I'll point it out again once we get there. Scientists.
I still love that. It makes no sense.
Well, apparently these guys stole from Earth, so like they're
Yeah, they did.
aesthetically.
Also, like, I still love the ending of Team Vortex. Because it's based on Tiny Temple, can we talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Or rather, can we just gush about that?
How amazing it is.
Yes. They worship Tiny as a god.
It's really good. I'm surprised at that alien right there. That's not an alien, that's just like a...
Just some electric wires.
Yeah, electric wires. It looks like an alien from a cursory glance.
So funny.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm surprised the boss didn't come out and be like, "He's not your king! I'm your king!"
Of course, the correct canon would have been him just handing over his crown like, "You deserve it more than me."
I'm actually surprised that... I know they couldn't obviously deviate the cutscenes way too much, but I'm surprised he didn't, like, say anything about Tiny looking like his god. Oh, that was 20 milliseconds.
That would have been so funny.
Like, just a little, nod.
Just something.
Dun, 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 dun,
So your god is something that was created in a lab by Embryo. Interesting.
Did Embryo make him? Or was it... Doesn't matter.
All the bosses from Crash 2 were Embryo.
But I thought Embryo was a good guy.
He was the one trying to stop you, remember? He was saying, as long as you insist on collecting crystals, I'm going to keep sending my henchmen out to stop you.
Unless you get me gems! 11 seconds better. And 9 seconds worse than the Velo time. It's funny because people are always like, remember that time Entropy, or not Entropy, Embryo was a good guy for Crash? And I was like, no.
No, he was never a good guy.
Just because he was against Cortex doesn't mean he was a good guy.
Okay, I guess it's like this. Did you consider Cortex a good guy in Crash of Insanity? Personally, I don't. I still think he was evil.
Yeah, no, he was evil. Like, it was for his own bidding for the most part.
Yeah. Like, he was just trying to save his own skin.
Yeah. Also, he wasn't taking over the planet, so he had that sort of, like, mentality of, I'm not taking over the planet. I need to fix that. I can't. I need this stupid marsupial to help me out. Usually I don't do that badly on that shortcut, but it's first time for everything. Well, it's been a while. I know I probably look substantially better at this game.
You do. You look
like
part of it's Velo because he's just a rocket.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I did also beat every single Velo Ghost except for one. At the time of recording this.
You can't beat Barin Ruins to save his life.
I can't, and I'm actually really scared to go see that level in a second. It's the next one, so...
I still love the fact that of all levels, it's that one.
Yep. I don't, but, what do I know?
From one level, he decided to shit talk for being easy.
I guess I should have shit talked it. I guess I should have just talked nicely about it. Should have called it the best stage in the entire universe, I suppose, I'm going so fast, actually. I feel like if the, the fuel tank restore system from CTR was in the game, I could easily do the Ultra Sacred Fire, or whatever it's called. Which I've never actually managed to pull off, I think. Actually, I might have, like, a grand total of once.
I mean, well, either of those things you mentioned, the Sacred Fire or the Fuel Restore, but I've never really tried either.
What was the Velo time here, anyways?
It is lower than what you had.
It's not higher? What is it? So I'm not gonna check.
Well, actually, let me double check. I was pretty sure you... Yeah, no, it was lower. It was 151.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did kind of screw up at last, too. It's always good to see how good I do against the Velo Ghosts, because I do have to... I'm gonna... Just so everyone knows, the next part is gonna be post-recorded, almost just because of Barin Ruins, strictly. So...
He has spent anywhere between 8 hours to potentially 20 hours on that one level, and he still hasn't won one.
I can't wait. This is gonna be the last one I record. It's gonna be right in the middle of the part, is the funny part.
Oh, yeah. Unless you want to organize them by difficulty or something.
If I do that... No, I can't, because I'm going to be recording them in order, except for Barin Ruins, which I am going to save for last. So Entropy is 12 seconds behind mine, and Velo is a solid 15 seconds in front of mine. for Barin Ruins.
If any level you should be absolutely flawless in, it's this one.
No, as you saw, I'm not flawless in this one, because I can't win.
See 46 ton park entropy here.
Oh, God. Just looking at the beginning of this stage. Ah, and the music!
Who's your daddy?
Velo just said, "Who's your daddy?" You good?
I'm going mental now.
Yeah, apparently. Velo has some really solid quotes in this game.
Like, who's your daddy?
Who's your mother? Who's your honey? Yeah, I already would have restarted this on a Velo race.
Ooh, she's actually been looking pretty good this time too. It was better than some of your Velo race attempts.
That's what you would think, but you know, we haven't seen entropy anywhere, so... Usually you want to hit around low 43/42 seconds for what's it called? For laps. Yeah.
Oof. Oh, Velo.
Oh,
Not
Velos,
Oh,
Velos.
entropy.
Oh, Velos, Velos!
There you go. You learned how to jump into space.
That's where Velo's from. Yeah,
Space!
this would definitely be a lost race. I'll have you guys know the world record for this place is like literally 10 seconds faster than Velo.
I'll be fine.
If that sounds really impressive, remember, that only means they gained like a couple seconds per lap.
Yeah. They also use Zem. Because I think they have the same speed stats, so it doesn't really matter that much. Maybe it's just more specific. You can do super specific turning with him, or he's used to it rather.
It could just be being used to it.
Probably used to it. Because I think before he took it in 2016,
Zem, not
no
Zam?
less. It was the speed guy. I don't know which one that is. But before, like I guess the guy who got it in 2016, he had the world record before.
Yeah, it's 7 out of 7 speed. He's literally just a worse Velo. What?
Is he really?
Yes, 7 out of 7 speed, 2 out of 7 acceleration, 4 out of 7 turning. Why would you ever use him instead?
Also, that was pretty good outside of a very select few errors, and I still was a solid 7 seconds behind them. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Stunning. In the arms of an angel. I know I'm not there yet, but look here, guys. You don't know true pain until you've attempted this stupid Velo Ghosts. I almost want to say it's dependent on luck at this point, because I can't win! And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Alright, so I was 17-ish seconds, more like 16, faster than Entropy here. I was 3 seconds slower, around 4 seconds more so, than Velo.
Alright.
I don't even remember what stage this is, because my mind is so numb to doing one stage. Ah, this one. This one's really easy, actually. Anti-gravity in this game, generally speaking, is scary, but selectively scary. But I'll talk about this stage a lot more in the Velo video, that's for sure. I roll! And since these
I'm watching that video right now. He's doing nothing special. He's scary.
Yeah, I know! That's the scary part, right?
Mm-hmm. Wait, the stone golem wasn't there. What? Oh, the obstacle's not there? Okay, no, that one was there.
Oh, I got hit twice. That's a little awkward.
He only finished the lap 1 in 40 seconds.
I told you! He does all laps in 40 seconds, if I remember correctly, or around there. He might hit like a 38 and like a 39 or something. Maybe a 37. I don't know. I don't really remember the video. I've tried studying videos on how to beat all the ghosts, and not all the ghosts, but all the ones that were giving me particular issues. And
so you better believe that you've memorized everything about Barin Ruins.
Yeah, pretty much. You have to like memorize the geometry, honestly, at this point.
Oh yeah.
I'm tall again. I love Velo.
I love his lines.
He has. Yeah, he has really good lines, actually.
Who's your daddy?
I am tall again! The only thing that's missing to make him pure perfection is saying, "Oh, Velos, Velos!" You can't tell me that that wouldn't be perfection.
He had the 140 second lap, and the other two were both 38.9s.
Yeah, it's insane, and he does nothing special. So one thing
nothing at all.
So one thing I should actually talk about in terms of Velo, because this will probably be the best time for me to talk about him as a racer, is he has this really weird thing where, because he is max speed, essentially, if you, like, screw up a drift or something, you're not going to really lose that much time, because he's already going so fast as is, that it's almost like, it's basically a negligible time loss. Don't worry. Who's your daddy?
Don't hurt Velo.
What's the Velo time here again? It was 39 seconds, right? Yeah, it should be 39 seconds on here.
Yeah, it's 2:39.
X! Xehanort?
Keyblade!
It's sad that that letter has been ruined for me too. You know, Kingdom Hearts has ruined a lot of things for us, as I've learned.
7, 13, the Greek letter key, or as everyone else calls it, X.
Or Chi, or Chai.
Kai.
I hate it. I hate it. Why has every loading screen been Team Cortex?
You've been using exclusively Team Oxide, since technically Velo is on Oxide's team.
Yep. Which I just still don't know if they're from the same planet or not. I couldn't find anywhere that specifically specified it. Alright. Out of time, here we go. So I was a solid 24 seconds ahead of Entropy's Ghost. A solid 5 seconds behind Velo's. I get to show off this neat-ass shortcut, though. I get to talk about it a little bit. That I learned here. That I learned all by myself. Velo Ghost doesn't take it, but it's definitely effective. So, yeah. So, out of time. This level is pretty fun. And yeah, that's a shortcut. Velo doesn't take it.
Yeah. Imagine why, because even as a kid I noticed that one.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't that the first thing your mind would drift to?
Yeah, because there's a... You know what it reminds me of? The shortcut in Dingo Dial Canyon, or Dingo Canyon I think it's called, in CTR. At the beginning of a race you can do the exact same thing at that level. You can just cut in between like the sand and it's, I guess, faster.
Yeah, there's a few stages like that. I was thinking of whatever it's called, the lava level in the first area, Magma Caves. You can do it there too.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I just did in what's it called? The stage that basically is that stage in this game. So you could be going really slowly off that jump and you'll still hit this. Also, I just hit that. Wow. Whee!
Good job.
I told you. Well, it's also really hard, honestly, to hit it when you're going at it at such a weird angle with that little trick, I've noticed, for me. Maybe if I'm going straight at it, it's generally speaking easier, but I still have issues on it. I still do struggle with it, trust me. But yeah, no, that's gonna save us like a lot of time. Like, let's see how.
Hi, Entropy. I saw him going down the clock.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't get eaten there.
Yeah, you probably should have been eating.
I should have. Dead center. Yeah, I was like on that thing.
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? I've never heard Velo say it this much.
Who's your daddy? Say it, Tropy. Say it.
Stop it! You're making me uncomfortable.
You're my daddy. Now shut up.
Also, Velo definitely uses that little trick when you're in the air and you brake really fast to turn.
Yeah.
He definitely uses it on assembly lane. Remember where that not random, but that hard 2 crate was? It's like right at the beginning. I'll be able to mention it. He does the hard turn there too in the middle of the air. I didn't know if that was like an actual like trick in this game or not, but yeah, no, it is. If you have enough height, you'll just get a boost anyway, so it's not like it'll matter. Yeah. This was a very icky out of time. But, on the right side, I won. But I mean, losing to Entropy, who's like a solid 26 or so seconds behind Velo is, you know... I feel like you would have to be pretty new, I guess, to screw up. I don't think he takes any shortcuts, so... Yeah, that was worse than my other time, strictly because my lap 1, I missed the shortcut! Yay. I love video games! And by that, I mean I absolutely fucking hate video games. Video games are the worst thing in the entire universe.
He jokes about that, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be saying it in earnest in the next part. Like, I spent 4 years.
I went back in time. Just
I only beat it once.
Oh yeah. Also, this hyperspace way we're saving for last, but it is already finished. Inferno. No, wait. Sorry, I'm so used to doing Velo, because you have to forgive me. Clockwork Wumpa. About 15 seconds ahead of Entropy and about 7 seconds behind Velo, which makes sense. Especially after doing some of these Velo Ghosts, I can definitely see and feel the difference of times. I feel like that's one thing, if anything, that I can talk about in this part without saving like everything for like talking in depth about me beating the Velo Ghosts. Is like I can talk about how I can definitely feel the difference in times. I think visually some of you guys are probably able to see like how I treat these races and how I'm doing really well to Entropy. Obviously, I won't have the perfect laps or whatever, but yeah. And this shortcuts
This is a huge improvement over how he was doing back in parts 1 and 2.
I mean, it should. That was the first time I literally picked up the game in a really long time.
Remember when you thought you were really good at the game back then? Really good times.
Man, that was a silly human being. Well, the reason why is because I applied the logic of, of CTR over to this game. But these games have such wildly different physics, and especially this game has questionable physics, that...
Fair CTR physics can do whatever they want sometimes too. Oxide Station.
CTR's always felt really consistent to me. I could see Oxide Station in a very select few sections, specifically like the anti-gravity or the low-gravity section. But the thing is, if you're like me, you're going to be skipping that section almost any time you play that stage.
It's still in the game.
It is, but it is weird for, of course, being a weird mechanic in only one stage. Sort of like how anti-gravity in this game is weird, except it's not relegated to one stage. It's relegated to a vast majority of stages, whether I like it or don't like it. And
if anything, this stage is weird for being one of the few that doesn't have it.
This one's just Cortex Castle and Engine Labs in one solid track. Assembly Lane is just tiny arena and what's it called? Assembly Lane.
Labs again.
Yeah, Engine Labs again. This game does it definitely, trust me, it definitely takes a lot of motifs from CTR, and I mean it's okay for the most part. Like, yeah, I can be like, okay.
The game was originally developed to be CTR 2, so Why not take as much from the original as possible?
Yeah, and I can definitely, like... I'm, like, okay with it to an extent. I mean, for the most part, I think most of the tracks in this game are actually really good. So... It's gonna be really interesting to see.
You kind of wonder how Nitro handles it, since so many of them are similar.
I know. And a lot of the ones that had something special to it are gonna be straight up removed.
Yeah.
Because anti-gravity, so...
Again, out of time, like... The one special thing that track had was the anti-gravity around the clock, and that's gone.
Now it's just, it literally like a Dingo Canyon knockoff. With the clock in it. Oh god. I should have just kept the name.
Oh, you should have just kept it. Yogi Q3.
Yogaidr Q3. Yogai Quarter 3. That's when the next part of this is going to be out at this rate.
Don't be surprised if that happens. Definitely do not expect it at the usual time.
I mean, it might come out the normal time.
It could, but don't expect it.
Yeah, at this rate, I can't beat Barin Ruins! It's actually impossible. I'm so close to just being like, Mayo, please don't let me suffer through this hell anymore. Just let me skip that one. I'll come back to it at a later date. Thunderstruck. 12 seconds ahead of Entropy and 1.5 seconds behind the Velo Ghosts. If I remember correctly, because this is also no shortcut stage, this one's really straightforward. I've also noticed that a lot of no shortcut stages, that's a lot of the stages that Entropy doesn't like to boost on.
Go figure.
It's weird though, because I swear Entropy used to be really good in CTR. Like, he wasn't like amazing like Oxide, obviously, but he wasn't like a complete pushover.
He was still competent.
Yeah, like he wasn't a complete pushover from what my memory serves. I could obviously be misthinking that, but
I'm pretty sure he was decently competent too.
I mean, to be fair, he is decently competent here. I think it's just like comparatively, it's like sad, I guess.
Compared to Oxide or Velo.
Yeah, I think if you looked at like maybe the Oxide times compared to the Entropy times, they might look different, like from a visual aspect. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we're giving Entropy like so much shit over nothing. You know what I mean? Maybe his times are like 10 seconds off of Oxide's too. I just remember as a kid, I used to have a lot of issues trying to unlock Entropy sometimes on certain stages. Like, it could be a memory thing, not a nostalgia thing. Like a memory thing, I couldn't be remembering things wrong. But I'm not certain. We didn't get to do the time trials on, what's it called, CTR, so I guess it will be a little interesting to hear what that game is. Stuff was like, which I mean, in theory, I would go back and do them before CNF came out, but this Velo Ghosts ruined everything for me.
Well, the first link I searched said screw that and just gave a cheat code, so always a good sign.
I kind of wish they did. If they did that for this game too, like they give cheat codes so you can unlock everyone that way, and they did that for Velo. And if you needed to beat all the Velo Ghosts to unlock him, I would have no shame in using the cheat code getting Velo.
I mean, it didn't even matter! You got Velo from the story mode, so...
It doesn't matter, but I'm saying if you didn't get him from the story mode and you had to beat his ghost, I would have no shame. I'm also not too surprised that the first link, the person immediately cheat code out. I don't think I've ever beaten all the Oxide ghosts. I did when I was younger, a few of them, because I really liked CTR, and I would, I would see if I could, like, there'd be certain stages that I particularly enjoyed, so I was like, okay, I wonder if I can beat Oxide time. There were some stages in that game like I really liked. Like, I really loved playing Super Speedway. That was one of my favorite stages to go fast. Also, the shortcut just felt super satisfying to get.
It was probably the most satisfying shortcut in that game, but I feel like there might be one in this game that tops it. Isn't that right, Hyperspace? Like, you can pull that one off.
It does. The thing is, it doesn't feel that satisfying to really get because it feels like you're gonna miss it every time. It's not really satisfying. It's more of like a sigh of relief anytime you do it.
Well, that's how it feels for me when I'm going to Super Speedway.
For me, it feels great when I hit it. I mean, it kind of feels the same way. I do agree, but it feels great when I actually get it.
Yeah, at least when you're going for power slice. Like obviously, if you're using a turbo boost or mask, you're gonna make it. But
I think I beat the Velo Ghost there, but I'm not 100% certain. We'll have to see after.
you had 321.
I think
No,
so.
you didn't. You were close though.
Ah!
Yeah, you were very close.
Was that like a millisecond off? I thought it was like a second off.
321.05.
Oh wow, I was 8
You were
milliseconds.
a couple
off.
frames.
Damn. I probably could have done literally 2 frames better and I would have won. I would have beaten the Velo Ghost. Who would have thought? I like how this entire part I think I've only beaten 1 Velo Ghost and it was for the first stage and that was one of the ones I was having severe issues doing on my own time.
Oh, study. Checked on.
See, I'm doing these all first time, and this part is nearly 40 minutes, and it's probably going to go to like 50-ish minutes. Imagine me doing Velo Ghost, where I can't guarantee that I can beat it first try every time.
Ooh, oh.
So, 22 or 24 seconds ahead of Entropy, and 2 seconds behind, I almost said behind Ghost, behind Velo. I saw Ghost on my screen.
Ooh, scary, ghosty.
My ghostly goal. Pirates. SpongeBob references. I mean, Clancy Brown is in this game.
Yeah.
So,
Money.
money. Congratulations! You won already!
You know, the funny thing is, like, if we were actually singing with it sounded like Mr. Krabs, we would have said, no, my relic.
My relic.
I can't do the Krabs laugh, but better.
They're probably just like, hey, Clancy Brown, what if Uka Uka sounded like Mr. Krabs in this one voice clip? Great! Congratulations! You won a relic!
I still don't even hear it as much as you do. It still sounds like Uka Uka to me.
It definitely doesn't sound like Uka Uka to me. And a lot of that has to do with Crash Bandicoot 3's Uka Uka having a much more, like, menacing voice.
So, nostalgia's fighting you again.
Kind of, but, I mean, I've gone through, like, the original. It's been... The last time actually was, like, what's it called? When I went through, like, Insane Trilogy, maybe? Or not Insane Trilogy, before Insane Trilogy came out is what I meant to say. And Uka Uka does have this sort of, like, actually surprisingly menacing voice for the game, which I feel like he shouldn't, but he does. Then again, he looks evil as fuck, so... If you look at a dictionary for
sound
evil...
like a clown?
Wait, who replaced, who did the voice of Uka Uka in, Twinsanity, since it wasn't Clancy Brown anymore?
I have no idea.
I'm actually really curious on that one.
Uka. Uka. I don't even have to look up voice actors because I'm sure it'll be the first. Well, okay, there's apparently an album out there called Uka Uka.
It sounds slightly racist. Didn't sound any good in this game. Sounds even more racist in the next game. Actually, it's worse here because it's Aku Aku and then there's
It
Uka
was
Uka.
Alex Fernandez, and he had the role up until Insane Trilogy, it looks like. Or, no, he didn't. He had it in Twin Sandy. He had it in 2016. What came out in 2016?
Insane Trilogy? No,
Insane
that
was 2017. What?
Chicken
Skylanders?
Tenders.
Is that it? Was it Skylanders?
Actually, it might have been. I don't know if he's in Skylanders, though, is the thing.
I know Cortex is, so there's a chance. Yeah. And then they had someone else for Insane Trilogy. Chi.
They had to get somebody more
The same guy
cartoony.
they got was the guy they had for Crash of Times and Mutant.
They had to get somebody more cartoony for Insane Trilogy.
They just got the guy from Mutants.
You know, it's crazy how people talk about how amazing the animation is in that game for the cutscenes, and it is. Don't get me wrong.
Especially compared to the originals.
But can we just acknowledge how great the Reignited Trilogy's animations are? Those are like actually cartoon god tier quality animations, especially on the first game, All the Dragons.
Like, they didn't have to do any of that, by the way. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
They probably could have kept them standing still and nobody would have complained.
Yeah. Entropy. Here is a solid 23 seconds slower, and then Velo is about 4-ish seconds faster. Hey, my voice cracked for once. Actually, my voice cracked and I'm gonna do fake crash on this one. You can't stop me.
Go ahead, do it.
This is the only time we get on this stage.
If he wasn't Skylanders Imaginators.
This stage of all the stages too. Oh wait, this is actually gonna suck because his turning is real bad.
Well, maybe Entropy will actually stand a chance for once.
I've never heard Fake Crash's lines in this game. Of course he goes yeehaw too.
Yeehaw!
Oh!
He's beating you!
I was gonna ask why is Aku Aku helping me. No, I didn't. Oh, he feels so slow.
I'm used to playing as Velo.
Oh, it feels so bad. Fake Crash
It's not like
actually.
you needed to give him a chance.
Fake Crash actually sounds like he has mental problems, and it makes me feel really bad for playing it.
I mean, isn't that kind of the whole point of it?
It is, but it
Crash in
feels.
general has mental problems, and Fake Crash is just worse.
Can I make this?
Everything is about Crash, but they amp it up to... Of course,
Wait,
they
Entropy's still like really far ahead. Stop yeehawing.
Maybe Entropy only seems really bad because you're always playing as Velo.
Maybe. Then again, this guy actually has the worst stats in the game, so...
Okay, then have
Woo!
electronic... Whoa!
Okay, I can't play this character.
Okay, how about this? That's what we're doing step anyway. Do it as Entropy.
Dude,
Give him the ultimate fighting chance.
I can't do it as Entropy, I don't have him unlocked.
You don't?
No!
You're on your other save.
No, I'm not. I'm on my... This is not my other save.
Oh. Well, okay, then fine.
Otherwise, yes, I would have done it as Entropy. Who else should I do it as?
Zem.
Zem?
Apparently they can make a world record out of it, so... And he still has a 7 out of 7 speed, so...
Can we just talk about how, anti-gravity? I've gotten that... I've got that to happen many times.
That was the biggest anti-gravity bug I've ever seen in this game.
I've had that happen to me many times. That's probably the most common anti-gravity bug I've ever had.
Oh, yikes.
I can probably do it again right here, honestly. Okay, no. I was close, though. So, we're having some character diversity finally here. I screwed that up. So yeah, we get to see Zen here. Maybe for the last stages, I should just use somebody who isn't Kilo, except for Hyperspace Way. That one is my only exception, even though I probably
this level and the next level only. So Zem and Dingodile, who's Dingodile, should have same stats as Zem.
Also, Dingodile is just cool.
Well, of course, he's Dingodile.
You thrashed me, mate. Can't believe so many people complain that line wasn't in the original Insane Trilogy. People were making it out to be like that was an iconic line from him, and I'm like, I don't even remember the line.
Honestly, I was one of the people that was mad. I remember that line really well, too.
Oh. It's weird, I have so much nostalgia for the original trilogy, and I knew there was a line, but I wasn't like, huh, this line doesn't exist, and I am angry that it is not here. What?!
What the? The train's not even there!
I'm so close.
Zem is literally just gross and burping, and this is the worst thing ever. Why did you make me choose this character?
I love it!
Why would anybody want to play this character? He's gross.
So he's just one giant fart joke, basically.
I guess so. I mean, he's like a giant zit face guy, so... I guess I'm not way too surprised, but if anything, it doesn't make it any less appealing. The only downside is, of course, my turning is slightly worse, but obviously it's not like the worst. My acceleration's trash, too.
Yeah, you have 2 out of 7 acceleration. Have fun with that one.
I am really far behind on the velo time, I can tell you that. But granted, I got smushed twice. The second of which is questionable at best.
The second one, that was pure science.
I have never seen that. And trust me, guys, this is another stage that I had a lot of time spent on, so... It's actually probably the 3rd hardest in the game. Wonder where entropy is.
The 3rd hardest in the game, that means it's really hard.
It means it's really what?
Really hard. Because you know what 1 and 2 are.
Yeah. This is probably one of the only one that I could actually think of, like, the difficulty offhand, outside of Barin Ruins and, what's it called? The other one. Non-Barin Ruins. Hyperspace Way. It's weird where I'm at a time where Barin Ruins is worse than Hyperspace Way to me right now.
That's what I was saying!
Very, very backwards.
All the crap he was giving that level about being easy. Here we are!
I did it, guys. I beat it as Zem. In the next... Oh. 3rd time's the charm, guys.
The entropy time for that was 3:32, so you still end up beating him by almost 10 seconds, a little over.
Gosh, I'm so good at this game, guys. I'm so frackin' great at video games. I'm the greatest gamer of all time. What? No, can't.
No.
I can't.
Power pizza compels you not to.
I think I'm gonna need another pizza. Electron Avenue. So I beat this by nearly 20 seconds. It's 16 seconds, and then 3 seconds slower than Velo on this city. I'm so sorry, Oxide. Did you ever find the Oxide times comparatively to the entropy times, so we can stop giving entropy so much shit?
I tried to, but remember, all I can find is people talking about cheat codes.
How do I not race entropy? Give me the answer to that one.
There is the...
Dingo
I don't know
hasn't.
how his stats compare, but I love how he looks.
Dingo hasn't said a single word. And then he said, "Right." Also, why was he scared for a jump? This is Dingo Dial. Do you know what game comes after this one?
In this game.
Do you know which game comes after this one?
I want to say it's been Sandy. At least as far as games Dingo's in, because I don't think he's in purple.
Crikey! Yeah, and in Twin Sanity, his arena is literally like hell incarnate. He's terrifying in Twin Sanity.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we did destroy his house.
That is true. We also destroyed his ice. Rhino! I actually love it.
It's Crash Twin Sandy. Everything beats it down.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs! The actual worst turning screwed me over there. I love his voice clips in this game. Also, Romper is in my room and he immediately farted, so that's great.
Romper, are you Zem?
Apparently.
Are you an alien?
I want to hear more Dingo Dial voice clips. I demand him. We demand sacrifice. I'm actually doing pretty well. Outside of that last jump there, I've done I had a really solid lap, actually. I think this is actually a decently solid second lap, despite the fact that I ran off the cliff. Woo! He just said woo wadoozy.
Woo! Oh, okay.
Woo wadoozy! It's so jarring that Twin Sandy Dingodile is like the next one I know, and he's like absolutely terrifying in that game.
And he's still really silly in that game.
Oh, he is, but like
credit.
comparatively, he's like kind of intimidating. He also has one of my favorite.
Yes, he just got tired of Entrance's nonsense.
I guess so.
I guess that would explain why Polar was so mad too.
Let's all talk about how amazing that. Let's just talk about how amazing Twin Sanity is.
I'm still shocked there are people out there that genuinely hate the game. I don't know how you can wake up in the morning.
Like, yeah, it's unfinished and rushed, and yeah, the gameplay isn't like the greatest thing on earth, but it's like not the worst thing ever, and the writing literally steals the show. It's like Conquer's Bad Fur Day. I literally had this talk. I don't know if it was earlier this part or if it was in the last thing we recorded. Conquer's Bad Fur Day had a really bad. It's like a game with a really bad gameplay, but the writing is what makes up for it. It's literally like the same thing for Twin Sanity to me.
No, except the gameplay.
Except the gameplay is actually good. Yeah, no, I would any day of the week.
Don't even try to compare those two.
No, I would definitely play Conquer's, or I mean not Conquer's. I would definitely play Twin Sanity over Conquer's any day of the week.
Like, not sure which one I would put over for writing though. I'm not even sure if I could because I've never actually finished Conquer.
I don't know.
I know this would be.
I think it's like they're like kind of on the same level to me. I think in terms of like what they are trying to do. Like one is clearly trying to be silly, a really silly cartoony thing, and one's clearly trying to be like an adult-oriented cartoon, like adventure. So one fits the kid bill really well.
So one of them is trying to be SpongeBob, and the other one's trying to be Family Guy.
Yeah, except like actually good Family Guy.
So, one of them is trying to be SpongeBob, and one of them trying to be early Simpsons.
Yeah, that's actually a much better one, because, what's it called? Because, I was actually kind of close. If I didn't screw up at the way end, I would have been surprisingly close to my Velo time. I mean, they do have the same speed, so I shouldn't be way too, surprised. And there we go, Entropy. Alright, ultimate thing, Entropy versus Entropy in Hyperspace Way.
Of course. It's the only correct option.
I'm actually glad that I did that one in advance on this save then, even though in retrospect it was pointless. Here we go, guys. The true end-all be-all. Entropy versus...
In this corner, the nefarious Doctor of Time, Entropy! And in this corner, the nefarious Lord of Time!
Entropy! So my Ghost Type is better than Velo Ghost because again I beat it here. And yeah, I beat it with Oxide, so...
But he also did break the game in half to do it, so...
I don't think... like I mentioned before, I think this would probably be as hard as Barin Ruins if I wasn't using a clear exploit. I did choose Entropy for the Ghost, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You bet your ass I'm gonna break the game again.
I'm not even sure if he knows how to play the game without breaking it half anymore.
I don't give this level gets no remorse. It feels. Is it? You know what? Is it bad that it feels good to be back on this stage? Like.
Yes, it is a horrible, horrible thing. Like, are you gonna start talking favorably nostalgic about Barin Ruins when you get to Nitro Kart?
I hope to God I don't.
Like, oh, I miss this level so much.
On the bright side, I actually like this stage, like, quite a bit.
Oh, to be fair, like, of all the stages in both games, honestly, this is the one I'm probably the most excited to see come back. Like, I really want to see what they're going to do with it.
Honestly, I barely have nostalgia for this game, and I'm very excited to see it. I'm going to be really upset about the ending, unfortunately, because this part is actually one of my favorites.
There's no way they can make that work quite right. Like, The first area, it might be a little tricky, but I can see them making it work the standard track without too many issues.
Yeah, they can easily fix some stuff up. This
But
part,
this one, it's going to be completely
they're gonna have to
different.
give it like some sort of half pipe treatment, probably.
Yeah.
If I had
I
to
think that's
guess.
the way they can make it work.
Yeah.
Or they're just going to remove it entirely. I hope they don't do
They do
but-
that, I'm returning the game. Day one.
75 boosts. Remember when we couldn't even get 50?
I'm gonna lose the boost right here anyways.
Time to fly.
Also, Entropy said time to fly. And then he fell off the edge.
Perfect. Time to fly!
Time to
Also,
fly!
nice pun.
And then that just so happened to be the moment that I got over the thing. Also, I just noticed I stopped at 13 boosts for a second. Could they remove that? Can I mod this game so it's 12 plus 1?
I mean, honestly, probably, but I don't know how.
I did not. Oh god, I forgot to jump. That was an instinct pause. I don't know if you saw how fast I paused.
Oh, you did.
I was so ready to restart.
But then you remember. Oh wait, Entropy. He doesn't know how to take shortcuts. He probably doesn't even take the first one.
I wonder how like far back. Oh yeah, I forgot. Can't see the map here.
Jolly good timing.
I was actually.
Still dumb because there is a map.
He just said jolly good timing.
Did somebody say something about time?
I hope in Nitro they're not gonna do this, but I really hope they keep the no map thing just for shits and giggles. Be like, we could put a map now.
But, I'm sorry, in the year 2019, we just don't have the technology.
They had the technology when this game came out.
Like, we don't have the technology, guys.
If they can have a 3D map, there's no way. Like, I followed the map, right? And I was like, is maybe there's some sort of weird discrepancy about it? And no, it's like, it's perfectly fine. The only thing that I could think of on why they didn't do it, or why they didn't put a map there, is because maybe it would have been too confusing for some players. That's the only thing I can think of.
But the technology!
But the time, says Entropy. But for the time! Did somebody say time?
Somebody say, money?
We're not playing shit. Well, we are playing shit.
Better win this.
You better win this. Well, there was Uka Uka. I was about to say we're not playing Clancy Brown, but then Uka Uka appeared, so.
Money.
I wonder. I really want to know how far back he is.
But who knows? Like, I was about to bring up an example. It's like, oh wait, no, that's Sonic and Sega Racing.
For all I
So I was
know,
gonna say, he's probably just driving in a wall somewhere.
for all I know, he's like actually like miles ahead of me. Maybe my mistakes were so bad that, you know, he's already like waiting at the finish line, like, what's taking you so long?
Nah, you still got 20 seconds here, buddy.
He's like, do you have the time?
Did somebody say time?
The appropriate way to finish the last CNK part for, well, the last CNK part. Well, no, actually, no, not the last pre-recorded, non-live recorded part. Because I do want to do a bonus part if possible to show off the.
You want to do that one before Velo because we don't know how long Velo's gonna take, and that would give us a couple extra days.
We'll see. We'll see. I'll get back to you on that one. Oh, look at it. There's all my times, and there's Yogaidr.
Yogaidr,
Yogaidr. So yeah, that's the end of this part, though. We will see you guys in the next part. We'll either be showing off a little things such as like the arena editor, some of the other characters, like maybe a race with one of them, just so we can hear all the voice lines with the
I
ones.
mean, like, we've actually already seen a good chunk of them in this one, funny enough.
I know. And then maybe we can, maybe it'll either be that part next or the fabled Velo Ghosts, which I'll have you know, for some reason, the best time on Hyperspaceway or one of these tracks is like 25 seconds for a lap, which is horse shit, but I want to see if it shows it. if we were paying attention to the leaderboards at the end of the races, it says best lap, and some of them are actually just lies. Like the Hyperspaceway or Barin Ruins, one of them's like 25 seconds, and I'm like, no, I can't even do this in like a minute. What are you talking about? 25 seconds?
25. Welcome, my son.